This is KHQA Overtime with Chris Dewar. Brought to you by CONN Communications. This is KHQA. It's your news now.
And this is Saturday, January the 25th, and you have indeed entered overtime, which we consider proof positive that Will Wilson and I are willing to work beyond the call of duty to pay for our suppers. Consider this a highlight deluge tonight, as we will be bringing you all of the weekend's finest offerings from both the hardwoods and the wrestling mats over the hyperkinetic next 30 minutes of your lives. Our first stop, Blue Devil Gymnasium tonight, where Quincy High was holding tonight to some hard-earned momentum, looking for 5 wins in a row. You are looking at Brett Moore, Winchester native, son of legendary coach Bob Moore, and the new head coach of Hinsdale South. His team came in with some serious timber inside, including a 6'9" center, but Barnell Thomas wasn't scared at all, taking it straight at him. At the other end, though, Larry Matusis answering with a 3 at this point. Back and forth we'd go early, but the Blue Devils opening up some separation right here. Downton Abbey style, that's Mr. Carson. Carson Gay knocking down the jumper right here. Then Alex Shute, aptly named with a 3, and all of a sudden Quincy High had a 9-point lead. They would continue to try and build in this one. Zach Burry have a game. The swoop, the swipe, and the steal at the other end. However, tell you what, Hinsdale South trying to take advantage of a defensive lapse and answer right back. I'll tell you, pretty good team Mr. Moore brought in tonight, but in the end of the first half, Blue Devils going to work in this one. That's Parker Bland sticking with the offensive board and putting his team back up 7. Then Barnell Thomas just falling away from everybody. Nice jumper for him late in the second quarter. This is where Quincy High would gain its separation and win number 5 in a row tonight. As you see, some fancy stuff right there from Mr. Zach Burry. One more time in slow motion. The Blue Devils get it done. They extend the win streak to 5. They beat Hinsdale South in what turned into be a kind of a barn burner at the end. 47-44 was your final. Earlier in the day, Quincy Notre Dame taking on Jacksonville. J.R. Dugan's team trying to make it 4 straight losses for the Raiders in the Jacksonville Winter Classic, and they were off to a great start in this. In fact, an 8-0 run to open as the big fella, Blake Hance, knocks down the jumper. Then from the outside, it's Johnny Peak knocking down a 3-pointer as well. QD tried to punch its way out of trouble. Drew Eaton had 21 points on the day, including this long-distance 3. Still too much of Blake Hance. Going to Northwestern next year to play some football. Not a bad basketball player either. Quincy Notre Dame, though, down by as many as 12 points in the third quarter, comes all the way back. Check out Riley Walls with a great take right here. His team had a 3-point lead with 90 seconds left, would surrender it. Unfortunately for the Raiders, Jacksonville stops Tony Stella from 2 feet with a second left and ends up getting the victory over QD, and a heartbreaker for the Raiders. 51-50 was your final. Things didn't get any better to end the tournament for the Raiders either, as Bob Sheffield's team loses to Rochester by the final count in that one of 56-35. We've got more for you as well tonight. Payson Seymour back at home hosting West Hancock. This is always a very interesting rivalry and game. How about Cody Hildebrand looking right here to Tanner Stout, who would bury the corner 3 and start his team on a very good foot right there. More from Cody Hildebrand off the steal. Going to do his little wiggle thing, get away from everybody, draw a little contact. That's a 3-point play the easy way. Cole Fox trying to answer back the other direction off the deflection. Gets the tough runner to go right here, but the offense was kind of testy and tempestuous tonight for West Hancock. Fox with another baseline jumper. Too much Payson Seymour in this game. Not a lot of offense, but enough tonight as Payson Seymour wins by 20. 49-20 was your final there. Some other scores from the state of Illinois tonight. Up in Abingdon, Liberty knocks off Knoxville 58-44, just hours after that thrilling victory over Griggsville Perry. And Macomb, check out TJ Williams, just doing absolute monster work on the interior for the Bombers, who pull off a major upset over a very good Kewanee Wethersfield squad. 28-17 was your final in that ball game. Triple overtime it took. We'll get to that in a second. First of all, a Jerseyville tournament score as the Pittsfield Sockies fall to Collinsville. The good news for the Sockies today, Wade Smith makes the 6-man all-tournament team at Jerseyville for his efforts all week long. The thriller tonight, Southeastern takes 3 overtimes but ends up beating Western by the final count of 38-37. Winston Smith leading the way in that one. And the Quincy homeschoolers, we'll get to them in a second. Beardstown a winner today over Elmwood by 20. 49-20 was your final there. The homestanding Tigers. And now here's Quincy Homeschool, a winner as well over Cedar Rapids. Stephen Javot with 18 points in that one. Ben Casula with 17 as well. Tournament championships contested all over the place in Northeast Missouri, including the North Shelby tournament, where it came down to Marion County and Knox County. Glamour pairing, Knox County striking first in this one. Donovan Edwards, Donnie Ball game with a nice take right here. Marion County, though, had answers. Luke Stratton, foremost among them tonight, had a team-high 16 points, and he takes it strong there for the lay-in. At the other end, here comes Knox County, answering back in strange fashion. Ryan Strange with the pull-up J gets that to fall. Marion County, a much more balanced Mustang team than they've been in years past. This time it's Brandon Atterbury forcing his way into the interior, giving his team some low-post presence. Knox would answer back. Donovan Edwards first on the down low, then Royce Poor from atop the key, knocking down the long three here. Marion County, though, they got a sniper in their own right. They would answer every long distance surge. This is Reed Plunkett doing his thing with the first of 4 first-half triples for him. Ryan Strange trying to keep his team afloat, but eventually Marion County gains some separation. Again, Reed Plunkett and Luke Stratton playing big in this ball game as Marion County claims the title and does so in impressive fashion over a very hot, very good Knox County team. 58-52 was your final. I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't bring you these. Just fresh into the station, Canton-Palmyra championship game of the Lenzini. Third time these teams have met. This would be the rubber match tonight. Last time at Palmyra, Palmyra won. Canton was not having it. Brandon Bearhurst driving the lane, spins, and gets the jumper to fly right in Brock Butler's face. The other end, though, Jordan Look, the no-look pass here to Josh Holtz, who's going to bury the corner three. Tyler Neiman, a man-possessed night. Pull-up jumper, just doing what he does. Outstanding point guard, maybe the best in our area. Then Gabe McKenzie finds Mr. Neiman for the pretty finish. Neiman with 25 points on the night. That was a yeoman's-like affair. Brock Butler trying to answer the tough drive, hard angle. That's a parabola of some sort that he knocks down right there. Can't led by 5 at that point. McKenzie just going to extend in this one. He has been hot all week. Maybe the MVP of this tournament. The 3 there, and then more of Mr. Neiman as Canton makes it 2 straight over Palmyra, 83-75 in a battle of state-ranked ball clubs. Earlier in the evening, it was Clark County being felled by a resurgent Bowling Green squad. Adam Holt, Corey Buchanan leading the way, each of them with 18 points as Bowling Green takes 3rd place at the Lenzini. Also up in southeast Iowa, no problem for Fort Madison, state-ranked and looking every bit of it today at the expense of Eddyville-Blakesburg, or whatever they're called. Miles Wensine with 25 points in that ball game. Bryson Abbey had 17, and Colton Herrick and Wes Bernhardt 10 points apiece. We've got more basketball for you on the boys' side tonight. The makeup of the Rumble on the River at John Wood between Clopton and Unity. Will Klusmeyer looking to Lane Davis, and Mr. Davis, all 6'6" of him, uncoiling for the easy jumper right there. Got a smooth game for a big fella. In transition here, it's Alex Blickhand taking it the other way as well. Clopton, though, hanging around in this game. Maybe the Hawks a little better than we anticipated. Jack Hicks, 1,000-point career score. Pretty stuff from him with the reverse lay-in. Unity up just 3 at this point. How about some more Lane Davis? When you're in trouble, just go to the big fella because he will deliver. Backs his defender down, knocks it in. He had 15 points in the day. Then Will Klusmeyer to beat the buzzer. Oh, that's pretty sensational 7-worthy stuff as well. Eventually, pull away by Unity as they win 55-37. Unity closed the game on a 13-0 run to get it done today. Some wrestling to pass along tonight. Congratulations to the Hannibal Pirates. 10 very good teams down at the Lafayette Invite today. Hannibal finishes 3rd, including 3 weight class champions. They are Austin James at 113, Colby Collings at 160, and the defending state champion Chandler Foey at 120. We also had wrestling at Beardstown today. Dual type action. West Hancock opening with a very good Vandalia squad. At 220, Dan Allen here would give the Titans their first bit of momentum. A pinfall victory in which he dominated from start to finish. Nearly pinned his kid in round 1. Got him in the 2nd period. Here at 106, Devin Beeston took a little longer to get the D done, but at the end of round number 3, Beeston locks in. It's Beeston mode, if you will. 106-pounder state-ranked and has been very, very good this season, showing off his skills right here, getting the shoulder blades to the mat. 113, nobody more skilled than this fellow. Will Lucy ranked 2nd in the state, going to work. This match and his other match of the day took a grand total, at least the first 2 I saw, took a grand total of about 36 seconds before he launched not 1 but 2 straight pins. He was good. Big brother Jack, none too shabby either against Vandalia. Wasn't a pinfall, it was a 15-0 tech fall for Jack Lucy, including the pretty takedown here for his 2. Won that one 15-0. Also would win against Porta with a very quick pin. How about Pittsfield's biggest win of the day? Came at 285. Logan Thiele taking on the outstanding 285-pounder from Porta. These guys had split 2 previous matches. 3rd match, 3rd period. Logan Thiele working from the down position and gets himself in a wonderful pinning predicament where he launches the great victory. That'll give Logan some momentum going into the postseason. Also today, Brent Noble wrestling very well at 138 pounds. Again, this against Vandalia, showing out right here with a pinfall victory, going to work, and cinching in right there. He had the wing caught and basically going to get the kid over on sheer force of will right there. Good stuff from him as well. We're going to leave you with some Beardstown highlights. First time we've had a chance to check them out this season. A rebuilding year supposedly for Beardstown, but they've got some guys who can flat out get it done. That includes the 152-pounder Daniel Guzman, who provided the best drama of the day, down 4-3. Literally 1 second left in period 3 as Mr. Guzman gets his kid with the takedown to win it with 1 second left. Are you kidding me? Great way to do it. High fashion 5-4 victory for Mr. Guzman there. At 126, Beardstown's Jake Savage showing out right here. He'd end up with the pinfall victory. And Martin Orduño, name to remember, at 138, also a winner today as well for the Beardstown Tigers. The only 3 wins they had against a very loaded Vandalia squad. And hey, we're just getting warmed up here on the Big Overtime Show. We've got all sorts of great girls action, including tournament championships from North Shelby and as well from Palmyra. Plus, it is an amazing day for the McMurray basketball program. We'll tell you why coming up next. Yeah. Yes, I do.
You're watching KHQA Overtime with Chris Dewar. Brought to you by CONN Communications.
And welcome back to Overtime, everybody. And before I go any further, a moment of appreciation for Hannibal 220-pound wrestler Kyle Muring, who notched his career 100th victory today on the mats as well. Forgot to pass that along. Wanted to do so. Great kid. Congratulations to him. Well, they have been quietly amassing wins and percolating just under everybody's radar, I should say, all season long. But with a tournament championship tonight in Shelbyville, the Knox County Lady Eagles had a chance to grab everyone's attention once and for all, something they are supremely due. Tough pass tonight against Kent O'Loughlin's Marceline squad, but Knox County equal to it. Shanna Elder breaking away from everybody and kind of setting the tone for what would be a great night for the Lady Eagles. Sarah Dooley had 9 points in the night, including 2 right here in the paint. Lacey Watts, she had 9 points in the night, most of them from mid-range. She knocks down 2 right here. Marceline, though, has a really gifted player in the down low, Morgan McCormick. She would keep the Tigers close for most of the night, but Knox County having none of it. Lauren Dale leading her team tonight with 14 points, including the long triple right here. Then Sarah Dooley, 2 more for her. And how about some Taylor Lincoln from long distance range right here. Absolute bomb as the Knox County Lady Eagles get their just desserts tonight. They end up winning by 9, 59-50. Raise that trophy, young ladies. You are certainly due the much overdue attention. Meanwhile, Palmyra and Highland going at it tonight. Kyle Ellison's squad, Cinderella Lady Cougars. Give them some respect. They've been good all week, and they were great out of the gates tonight. Starts with Ashlyn Lay. 3 of her game-high 24 points on the night. Highland had numerous leads early on in this game for the first 12 minutes, including one right here thanks to Dana Flanagan. She took some shrapnel right there to get that to go, but her team up by 2, and then Palmyra kind of got some separation. Last 4 minutes of the first half, that was Kitty Hinkle. This is Allie Dietrich, who was amazing tonight. Great pump fake for her, and even when she was missing shots, Lexi Lawson in on cleanup duty. Both Lawson and Dietrich, 10 first half points alone, and they just kept working. Right here, it's Miss Lawson in the very same capacity. Offensive rebounding machine. Again, it's Palmyra building about a 6-point lead at this point. Nicole Krager, the outstanding freshman from outside, tickles the twine for 3, and then Allie Dietrich adds a little more. This stretch right here was really the sum total of the ball game. Otherwise, Highland gave as good as it got, but falls 8 points short in the loss tonight. Palmyra raises the banner of the Lenzini and gets the championship tonight. Congratulations to them. Again, more makeups from John Wood at the Rumble on the River. This time the Clopton girls taking on Illini West in this one. And let's go to work right in the second half. Michaela Gronwald would extend an Illini West lead at this point to 21 with the lay-in right there. Spencer Hicks trying to answer. Bucket, Band-Aid, and 3-point play for her. Then Mackenzie Patrick looking to Connor Smith for the distance 3 in this one. Big day for Gracie Bostert. Lovely young lady, a delightful young lady, and a great basketball player. She goes over 1,000 points for her career, now with 1,006 as Illini West wins 49-33. The Chargers now 22-2 on the season. On the scoreboard today, Quincy Notre Dame takes out a couple of high-volume opponents at the Galesburg tourney today, beating Normal U High by 10 and then just thumping Rock Island Alleman 76-51. In that game, it was Kristen Gengenbacher and Ms. Hugenberg, each with 18 points. Mary Beth doing nice work as well in that ball game. Unity jumping all over Pittsfield Pleasant Hill by the final count of 50-18. Nice to see Jordan Hildebrand with a breakout game with 17 in that one. Central Southeastern on the road at Hamilton knocks off West Hancock 50-44. Also today, it was ISD proving no match for Western as Miss Robinson, Miss Belovich lead the way with 12 in that one. And at the Macon Tournament Consolation Championship, oh, there's another Beardstown score sneaking in on me as the Lady Tigers get a victory over Elmwood 46-31. And now here's that Macon score. The only other Missouri score we have on the girls' side today, Macon beats South Shelby for the Consolation Championship on its home floor 52-43. Culver Stockton, we talked about them this week. Number 11 in the nation in NAIA, taking on Avila. Big ball game. Wildcats down 7 at the half, and then they go to work. Here comes James Johnson. Strong drive to the hoop for the lay-in. 28-point day for that young man. Then C.J. Adams doing C.J. Adams type things with the break, the finish, and the pretty finger roll at the other end. Culver Stockton up 3. Cedric Johnson would cut it to 1 with a baseline jumper. Any huge game for Avila. Jonathan Miller, though, going back the other direction. Wow, what a wonderful flush for Mr. Miller. He finished the day with 31. That's a good punctuation on a great day. Mr. Johnson outside for 3. Culver Stockton rolls triple digits and beats Avila at home. Needed that one. The number 11 team in the country wins 100-92. Mention McMurray today. Big SLEAC showdown in Jacksonville for Todd Creel's squad against Webster. Both teams 7-1 coming in. Highlanders started slow. We're down 9 in a blink, but Spencer Pratt initiates the de-icing process. Then the transition game kind of gets alive right here as Dylan Guthrie finds Hunter Sutton. And all of a sudden, the strong move to the cut gets things going a little bit. Here come the Highlanders again. James Williams knocking down the long 2 right here. Mack chipping away at things. Cole Bush inside. This isn't really pretty, but it is effective eventually as he gets that offhanded jumper to go. Dylan Burton, tough through traffic right here. Another strong take. But it would be this flourish coming up right here at the end of the first half, which really got McMurray back into this thing as they kicked 7 points right off the lead that the Gorlocks had at that point. Starts with the West Central combination right here. Brady Slagle with a pretty finish, and then Dylan Guthrie having 11 points on the day off the bench, knocks down the long triple. McMurray wins 67-62. This is the best start to a season in the history of McMurray basketball, or at least since 1981-82, I should say, as they get the big victory today. Great win for McMurray. Meanwhile, Illinois College coming off that big win at Grinnell, taking on Lake Forest. That's our guy, Matthew McPherson, former Q&E star, coaxing his team to a three-point victory, or a three-point lead, I should say, at the half. Second half, though, all Blue Boys in this one. Justin Smith, wide open for 3 of his 12 on the day. Brandon Berry, really the deal in this one. He was the storyline with 34 points, 11 rebounds, and 1 spectacular turnaround jumper right there. Zeke Light, none too shabby either. Little larceny, little layup at the other end. Has to take a little damage to get it done. Illinois College, huge second half. Great win for the Blue Boys as they end up winning by the final count in that one of 79-62. News not so good for Western, which could not find any semblance of an offense against Denver University, losing tonight. Garrett Covington, the freshman, with 12 points in that ball game. Also have for you tonight Quincy University getting off the schneid and beating Rockhurst. Evan McGaffey leading the way in that ball game with 17 points and 8 rebounds. And we've got HLG losing to Park 78-58. Let's take a look at the scoreboard real quick for the women as well, if we can. Jeremy, let's go to those. We've got Quincy University knocking off Rockhurst on the road 84-76. Hannah Weedman with 19 points in that ball game. Also on the docket today, Avila, too much for Culver Stockton in a thriller 61-57. We've got Park College beating HLG 52-48. Southeastern Community College jumps on Iowa Lakes and gets the win 64-57. Also want to pass along a couple of quick track notes for you. Markel Strickland, the former Hannibal standout, running now for Missouri Valley as a freshman. Over at Illinois College today, 2 second-place finishes for him in the triple jump and the 60-meter, hurdles. And congratulations as well to Mark Twain product, Sam Berlasky. She ended up taking second place for her new school, William Woods, in the 3,000-meter run. Good stuff there, Jordan. What else have we got for you? Let's talk a little recruiting news. Big news breaking last night for Tom Padgett and the Quincy University Hawk football team, as they appear to have found their quarterback of the future, and he comes with a state championship pedigree here. Rochester quarterback Robbie Kelly announced his verbal pledge to the Hawks last night via Twitter, and his 1 year as a starter for Derek Leonard, a noted quarterback guru, was an awfully good one. Kelly threw for 31 touchdowns and just 8 interceptions this season, had a 117 quarterback rating with 2,919 yards to go along with that state championship he helped give Rochester. And we have more overtime coming your way, coming up next. to sneak in one more set of Wayward highlights for you. McMurray women taking on Webster. Derek James' squad trying to push through. They weren't really finding much offense on this day. Emily Riddle, the pride of Beardstown, stripped, recovers, and scores right there. Highlanders down 12 at that point would get worse despite this jumper from Jordan Wall. And later, Katie Carmody, the outstanding former West Central alum, doing some great work here in the interior. Quincy Notre Dame alum Gabby Douglas had 8 points. That was her team high today, just not nearly enough, as Webster beats McMurray by the final count of 64 to 51. Well, kudos to Monroe City's Kyle Fulton, who took all the guesswork this week trying to decipher a worthy CONN Communication Connection nominee for the month of January. This is number 3, and it was really, really good last night. His team in the consolation championship of the wonderful Tony Lincini Invitational. 9 seconds left, game tied at 51. The miss by Grant O'Brien, and there, as time expires, is Mr. Kyle Fulton. He starts the drive and finishes it with a 3-foot fall away that couldn't have been more true, saving his team's bacon at the buzzer. Wonderful stuff to give them the win last night and help, well, the amazing thing about Monroe City, they've got 12 wins this season, which is more they've had in any other year the last decade. So the Panthers are certainly a team rising. Congratulations to them, and congratulations to Kyle Fulton, nominee number 3 for the month of January. Your other nominees, lest you have forgotten, are Gage Klitz, not Gabe, and Josie Finch from Payson Seymour and Illini West, respectively. So congratulations to Gage and to Josie and to Kyle Fulton. At the end of the month, you can log on to connecttristates.com and vote for your favorite of the 3. Meanwhile, moving on, now we've got more to talk about. Our friends at Burris Hybrids want to introduce you to the next generation of great tri-state athletes. We do this every week here on the Seeds of Greatness. Tonight, a little spotlight on the junior varsity wrestlers because they don't get enough. Had a big showing today for the junior varsity invite in Jacksonville. 3 champions for Quincy Notre Dame. Want to mention them now: Blake Riney, Cooper Davis, and Dolan Eichel Schulte. And Quincy High School also with 1 champion and 3 top 2 finishers. They are Julian Lansom, Shalico Thompson, and Eli Sackett. Congratulations to all of them. Remember those names. They will be very big in the future. Speaking of names that are big in the present, Luke Guthrie, a little bit of a mini move today and then kind of fell back in San Diego at Torrey Pines. Currently, the Quincy native sits at 1 under par, 215 through 3 days. He's in 38th place, but just 7 strokes off the pace. A lot can happen in San Diego coming up tomorrow. We'll certainly keep you apprised. We'll have more overtime coming up for you after this.